Hey, so, okay, yeah, so I guess it's been a while-ish since I've recorded something because I've been so busy with trying to edit all of the old stuff, which I've probably said in a video before this, but how much do I really change? Who knows? Anyway, just jump right into it. Recently, I was driving home from my mom's house, and on my way home, this lady yelled at me. Like, she was standing by the street, and she yelled at me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna keep driving like nothing's happening, because I don't want to deal with crazy, well, I don't know if she was crazy people, a crazy person. Yeah, but I mean, she could have been. And then, like, it just, my anxiety over the whole situation just progressed really quickly, and it didn't, like, it continued, and it just didn't stop. And, I started feeling like, oh my gosh, what if, like, she sees inside the car and she can see me, and what if, like, she really is crazy, or she's, like, drunk, and people follow me home or something, and blah blah blah. Yeah, and obviously I was like just early my imagination run wild, I guess. But it had been a while, I think, since I had sat down and thought about the potential danger I could find myself in, just because of who I am, I guess. Like, I mean, obviously I've thought, I mean, I'm a girl, I'm clearly of mixed racial origins. Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah, I've thought about, like, people potentially trying to do things to me because I have colored skin. So, yeah, and I mean, I just haven't really thought of, like, I think maybe I've just been spending so much time on the internet and stuff, and it's like, oh, acceptance and love, and then there's, like, the people that are, like, saying mean things, and then everybody shoots them down, and they get negative voted away. So, you know, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, the world's full of happy people that, like, if something bad happens to you, somebody else will step up for you, and then like, just going out into the real world, it just reminds me, oh yeah, there's people out there who will straight up just be against you because of the way you look or something that you can't change about yourself, and I was like, that's a little bit terrifying. I mean, I got over it, I was like, whatever, got on my side, I'm not worried. But, I mean, it kind of, like, started building up in me just thinking about those things. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about my own safety because of somebody else. Honestly, it has nothing to do with me. I know that. Like, if somebody was ever to try to hurt me, it wouldn't be about me. It's not like, because I was born this race, I should expect to have a little bit more danger to my life. It wasn't like I was born and they were like, oh, here's a list of things. You're this, so so be careful. You're this, so be extra careful. Oh yeah, and watch out for this. Like, nobody is born with, like, a manual, like, oh, okay, so here's a list of the things you are and what could potentially happen to you because of those things. This isn't about me, and whoever gets bothered by other people, it's not about you, it's about that person who's doing it and them having an issue, having something inside of them that they feel like it's okay, or they feel some kind of need to attack somebody else or to inflict something upon somebody else. And because somehow this world got crazy and decided that there was groups of people that were considered minorities, or because, I don't know, just because somebody's different than you and somebody was like, oh, these are the better people, and look, we have all these other people, and so when we have a problem, I have somebody to take it out on. It's totally on that person. Like, them attacking somebody is totally about them. And I just had to focus on that because I was actually starting to get kind of upset. Not like sad upset, like I guess angry upset. And I can't let myself bear anger because because potentially somebody could do something to me and that's how they would justify it, because I deserve it, because I wear a rainbow bracelet, or because because my skin's darker, or because I'm overweight, or because I'm a girl, or for a million different reasons. I mean, I shouldn't have to worry about that. Nobody should have to worry about somebody attacking them in any way, or not even attacking, just belittling anybody. And I don't say this just because of like potential things that could happen. Obviously, I've had to deal with people being mean or I guess racist, and that's another thing that bothered me a little bit. Um, I talked to a friend about it afterwards, and he was like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. You live in a liberal state, and you're fine, and you live in this place, and I'm sure that place is mostly, like, democratic or liberal, or you'll be fine. And honestly, one, he was kind of wrong. Like, there's a lot of conservative people, and I don't even know what I mean by conservative or liberal in relation to this, because that doesn't really determine if you're going to hurt somebody or do something hurtful to somebody. Um, but yeah, people aren't always super accepting where I am, oddly enough. And then there's the other side of town, I guess. Like, there's different parts to town, and like some are like more a certain way, and then the other part is dangerous. Like, I've tried really hard not to talk down my place of residence, but yeah, I mean, there's the good part, and the good part might not necessarily be exactly where I want to be, because I don't want to feel like an outcast or an outsider, like people are looking at me a certain way because, oh, what's this person doing here? And at the same time, don't necessarily want to be in the dangerous part. I don't think I would fit in. Also, I don't want to be hurt, not because of who I am, but just because. I mean, I feel like that's common sense. Yeah, and I mean, there's clearly still racism in the world. I try really hard to stay optimistic, and I try to just give the world the benefit of the doubt, but I know better. I can't just completely act like there's nothing wrong going on in the world, and I have to be able to know that I have to look over my shoulder sometimes. I want to be optimistic, but I don't want to be stupid, basically. So yeah, it just, oh, it brought us so many feelings, and I just had to let it out, and yeah, it just, like, oh, it's just been so long since I've had to deal with people doing not cool things like this that affect me so deep down. Oh gosh. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. I mean, other than that, I'm really happy right now. I'm feeling pretty good, feeling pretty awesome. That's okay. Why? Okay, whatever. I'm feeling pretty awesome. I would spell that out with my fingers, but I'm not gonna do all that. Um, let's see. I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody watches these, but if anybody does, I mean, what's your perception of the world? Do you believe that there's racism? Do you think that people act on that racism? Have you experienced it? I am not gonna lie, I have, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I make my life harder. It's like, just keep embracing all of your crazy, well, not crazy, what am I talking about? Just keep embracing all of your minority things and things that make you different or whatever. Who cares if somebody attacks you for it? But honestly, forget everybody. I am going to keep embracing it. If somebody attacks me, one, not cool. Two, that, like I said, has nothing to do with me. It's not going to take away from anything that has to do with me. It's not going to take away with, I guess, my pride in myself, with my take away from my love for myself, and I hope that that would spread to other people until there's not people that have to be afraid anymore. So, I mean, yeah, yeah. Would you, does this make sense to anybody? Would you continue to stand up for it? If somebody was punching you in the face, you'd be like, still proud, still who I am, get punched in the face, still, it hasn't gone away. You still angry? Are we still having problems? That sucks. I hope you get better someday. Is that the kind of reaction that people should have? That's probably, that's what I would hope that I would have. I want to say the grace, but the strength and courage to have, like, honestly, yeah. But this is really longer than I anticipated, so I'm gonna let whoever might be watching this go, and I hope you're having a good day, and things are going awesome. Stay strong, peace be with you, and all of the loves. Bye.